do you think?
Sounds good. I'm in.
And I mean, we could do everything. I'm just trying to think of something where where someone's looking at these workouts, they're like, oh, that's kind of accessible. Like I've done this before. That's my jam, right? I could do a burpee or I could do an air squat.
I pop in our heads as we get cruising, because I think some of the stuff that we do on there will probably get pretty good. But I have something real simple for us to do warm up wise. Let's go. Go over here. You know, if you just train the same way all the time and do the same thing all the time, you're gonna end up with injuries, you're gonna end up with complications. Fitness is a big part of it. I know it's hard for you guys sometimes to understand that, and I'm the guy that squatted 1,000 pounds, and you're looking for me to do the same stuff for a long period of time, but you really do need to change things up a little bit here and there. Anyone can do this, and you could just apply what we just did to a set of curls, a set of tricep extensions. Why not keep moving? It's not going to impact your strength. Maybe at first, if you're very unfit, maybe it slightly would impact your strength a little bit. Over time, it's going to improve your strength.
For sure. Because
your recovery rate is going to be that much faster. This guy can recover from almost anything. So I'm really not looking forward to what's coming next.
Oh, man. Right, obviously do a squat to a throw, right?
Yep.
Now, as you're doing it, if your arms start to get tired, a technique you can incorporate is the swim technique. Right, you can also incorporate the drop 1, 2, back on, right? So like you drop 1, 2, you find your cadence, and then the last thing is it's just a breathing thing. So for me, when I'm doing it, I'm thinking about.
Makes it look so fluid. I'm gonna look like goddamn barbarian.
Like I breathe, right? So it's like.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm finding my breathing rhythm as I'm doing it. I fell in love with the idea that having a coach in a community can offer like unprecedented results, and I was missing like that football like team aspect, and that's what it offered me. And so now we've opened up a gym.
Did you start out with some like just regular bro lifting, like lifting for football or something like that?
So I used to lift for football, then I got into like more of the body.
Like you're huge for a CrossFit guy, right?
Yeah, so I got into more bodybuilding stuff, and I was doing bodybuilding, and then my buddy's like, hey, I want to introduce you to this thing. So we started incorporating both. Like an example is 100 bench at 135 per time, right?
Oh, shit.
So we started adding the clock to our bodybuilding stuff.
Gotcha.
So
we had some sort of, I don't normally do CrossFit, but when I do, it's with a damn world champion. Look at that. Guy's got his name on there. That's pretty cool. What year did you win it?
08. And then I went there for the next 8 years. But that ball is 5 pounds more than a typical 20 pound. Makes a big difference.
So this is heavier than what Rich Froning has.
I mean,
just saying, right?
Whoa. Yep. You might need some Oldie shoes on.
Yep.
Yep. There you go. Yep. Just like that. So everything you're doing, but just try and stay rooted through your heel.
Try to stay
rooted through my heel. Yeah.
Down.
You might want to. I mean, you could even try a wider stance, like a sumo, and see if it helps. Yeah, and it's fine if your heels come up. You're just gonna be a little more quad dominant, but whatever.
It's really a small forward.
Yeah. Just find your rhythm, right?
I'll figure it out. How bad can it be?
All right, so you got 24, 20, 16.
Head up is like actually the hardest part.
Afraid of believing wrong, I'm so my
ball is just hard. It's just hard for me to get the weight like to center up with my body, and then just not used to it. And having my head up on a squat, a lot of times my head's like more neutral.
Yeah.
So that changes my body position a lot. It's like my body's like, hey, where are you going? Like normally your eyes are down here. So it's a lot of adjustment.
For those people at home who want to try something like this, obviously what you're seeing is Mark was superior at dumbbell heavy work because he has more exposure to it. I have a little bit more exposure to the wall ball, so you know, I'm more used to it. There's no reason why if he didn't practice it for a month, he'd be able to do it non-stop. If you don't have a wall ball and you want to try this style of workout, you can use a dumbbell, maybe a little bit heavier, like a 35-pound dumbbell, hold it on its ends, squat and press, or double dumbbells if you want a little bit lighter.
This obviously is not your hardest CrossFit workout you've ever done. When you're up against it and you've competed against the best in the world, what was something that made you put one foot in front of the other?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to the whole thing of like knowing your why and why you're doing it, right? Like for you, you have this business to provide for your family, it's to give opportunities to other people. Same with my business, right? Our business. But I think when it comes to competing, you have to have an internal desire. Like, you know, I'll give you a quick story. It was Camp Pendleton. There was a triathlon. It was 2011, I think. And you swam, you biked, and then you ran. And you ran 10 miles in the most treacherous mountains I've ever been in at Camp Pendleton down in San Diego. And I'm like maybe 5 miles in, and I'm looking around, there's no one around me, which is odd because normally you always have people competing. And
you're like, I'm whooping everyone's ass.
No, and I knew I wasn't, right? But I was like middle of the pack, right? But I got to this one point, I'm like 5 miles in, and at this point I'm kind of like jogging, right? And I just look down, I stop for a second, I look down, I see a tarantula or like a big spider across from me. I'm like, what the hell? I look around, I'm like, what am I doing here, right? That's what I said to myself, I'm like, what am I doing here? And then I had to internally tell myself, well, the reason why I'm here is because I made a commitment to myself to do this, to honor all the work I've put in over the year, and man the fuck up, slap yourself in the face, and let's go. You know, but if I didn't have that internal desire, if it was for money or whatever, you would never get up. You would just quit. This feels good. So I was doing jiu-jitsu a couple days ago, and I let my ego get in the way just a little bit, and I didn't tap out really enough on an arm bar. And so my elbow's been bothering me, and so these feel pretty good because they're keeping it a little bit warmer. You know, because it's not like I have serious injury, it's just a little something.
Dinged up.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did in my training, if it was boxing or what it was. My shoulder was killing me. I came in here to do some floor presses. I went to do the bar, I went to do 135, and it was just, the pain was excruciating. I threw this on, did my sets with this on. The pain started to subside. I don't know if it's because of the way I was like setting into it, or if I was setting my shoulder somehow, or exactly what was going on. I worked up to 405. I did 405 for 3 reps with this on.
Yeah.
And then I felt confident enough to take it off. I'm like, well, my shoulder feels okay. I'm gonna take it off. So I went back down and weight just to triple check. Went back down a plate, did that for 3. Went back to 405 and did that for 3. And I was like, what the fuck did that just do for me?
Get your grind on. Get your grind. Grind on.